All right, everybody, what's going on? And welcome to another edition of SWAC Talk, the show we cover the SWAC inside and out. I'm your tour guide around the SWAC, see what's coming at you. And I'm in another location tonight. Today, I'm kind of like not in the lab, so we're going to go ahead and knock this video out. Got SWAC smoke coming at you a little bit later tonight. And then we got a recap of quarterfinal number 4 coming at you. So let's go ahead and jump into this quarterfinal number 3. Number 3, Texas Southern against number 6, Jackson State. The Tigers of Texas Southern got the victory today. Um, was able to pick up the win over Jackson State. Uh, just a solid effort for TSU. Not really challenged that much by Jackson State in this game. I think JSU missed some opportunities early, but TSU took control of this game and never really let it go. Really not a great night for Jackson State offensively. They did not shoot the ball well tonight. They ended up shooting 32% from the field and 22% from the three-point line. Coach Young led the team with 22 points. Ken Evans, who was named Player of the Year in the SWAC, finished with 16 points. He was 3 of 14 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, and 9 of 10 from the line. Zeke Cook led the team with 9 rebounds. JSU finished with 11 turnovers on the night. They also had 36 rebounds, no blocks, 8 steals, and 14 assists. Just not a solid night. But when TSU is playing like this, they're gonna be tough to beat. Jonathan Cece was hot today. Had 24 points on the night. Made a variety of big shots. Was able to get to the lane and get in the paint and get buckets. Nice little up and under moves and little floaters. And it was really just a hot force on the team to drive the team, get them started early. He had like 11 points early in the game. Grayson Carter also had a nice early game. PJ Henry finished with 19 points. Neither one of them was really hot from 3. They combined a 4 for 10 from 3. 3 for 10 from 3. Henry also finished with 6 assists. CC was 10 or 12 from the line. TSU finished the night with shooting 46% from the field, 30% from 3, 86 from the line. They had 14 turnovers, 36 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals, and 9 assists. So honestly, this was just one of those games where one team took control and the other team never could get it back. And like I said, when TSU is playing like this, they're going to be tough to beat. They remain one of the contenders to win the championship. Most people feel like this is their tournament to lose. This would be their 4th consecutive tournament victory. So they are, working on rare air right now. They pretty much know what it takes to win, regardless of who's playing. This is basically a new cast from last season, so they still have the leadership off the bench with Coach Johnny Jones, and that helps them maintain focus. And they understand what it takes. They don't get too high, they don't get too low, and they play winning basketball. Not a lot of mistakes. They don't force shots typically. They try to work to get the good shot, and everybody plays their role. Just a rough end for the season for Jackson State. If you look at how this season went, started off kind of hot. Had some injuries in the middle portion of the season, ended up on a 4-game losing streak. Was able to rebound from that and win 4 games in a row before they closed out with a loss to TSU and finished out winning 3 in a row. So they were a streaky team. Like I said, I call them the Murphy's Law team. Whatever bad happened to them did, and ultimately they just did not have it tonight. I expected a better matchup. Although both games in this series were won by a combined 19 points. So JSU won the first matchup by 9, TSU won the second matchup by 10. So I think this ended up an 11-point game. So that's right in that margin. Both teams kind of had decisive victories. And this was a game where, JSU had a chance early in the second half to kind of make a push, but TSU always answered with the bucket that they needed. And, to make a comeback in games like this, you need to hit shots first and foremost, but you have to also get stops. And if you hit a shot and the other team hits a shot, they'll gladly trade buckets with you if, as long as they're still making their shots. And that's kind of what this game kind of kind of devolved into. TSU just matching shot for shot with JSU and just never really coming off the gas because JSU couldn't really get the stops they needed to put together a sustained run to really cut into that lead. Never got it below. I think the lowest they got was like 10. I don't think they ever got it under 10. Um, so when you're not able to get it in the single digits and keep it there, it's gonna be tough to make a comeback. And TSU, they played a really great game coming into the first round. You never know how you're gonna come out in a first round of a tournament. You might be, you might be kind of cold, or you might be a little overexcited. But TSU, they turn the ball over on their initial possession. JSU missed the layup, but they never let that get them down. They hit a couple of big shots early and built the lead and just never looked back. So really strong performance for TSU. A performance from JSU that we haven't seen a lot this season. There were very few games that they fell behind like this. This is still a team. When I'm speaking of JSU, this is still a team with a lot of guys coming back next season. So they will have an opportunity to kind of regroup. Finish at 11-7, tied for fifth place, and basically one game out of having a top 4 seed. That for all things considered, this was a solid season. Obviously, not the way that you wanted to finish, but there's still a lot of positives to take from this season. And I think guys will be hungry coming back next year. You avoid some of that injury bug, and you have guys that have played a lot and are a year older, and they'll be even more prepared to make those plays and go on a run in the tournament. So I think all in all, this was, even though the margin wasn't great, the game was, the game flowed pretty well. Wasn't necessarily the cleanest game, but it really wasn't just like a slop fest either. Both teams still tried to do what they do, even though, the lead grew. JSU never really panicked. They just couldn't get the stops that they needed to make it a closer game. The TSU was able to just kind of hold on. So I don't have any gripes about either team. Definitely don't have any gripes about TSU. They advanced to semifinals where they would take on the 7th seed Alabama A&M Bulldogs on Friday. So that'll be our first semifinal. Is set, and that really paves the way for them to get to the championship game. Now you can't sleep on Alabama A&M because they obviously upset Alcorn on yesterday. So you don't want to count a team out like that. But if TSU continues to play the way that they're playing now, they have a great chance to make the championship. And if they make it there, then they obviously have a great chance to win it all. So they got a little bit of a break, not a big break, but a little bit of a break, not having to play Alcorn, who they battled twice to get to the championship. So we'll see how the Tigers do. JSU is back to the drawing board for them. Like I said, 11-7 season, 14-16 overall record. So not the greatest overall record, but still a strong conference record. We'll see how they do in the off season. So with that being said, man, I'm your tour guide around the SWAC. Sewell signing out. Like I said, we got SWAC Smoke coming at you live at 6 o'clock Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, live. After the last game tonight, we'll have a recap of that game, and then we'll do the same thing tomorrow for the semifinals game. So, like I said, with that being said, I'm your tour guide around the SWAC. Sewell signing out, and I'm going to see y'all a little bit later on SWAC Smoke. Peace.